Greetings, good people. I am back, and I'm back with a major update regarding the popping of T Hood. Okay, so TMZ is releasing the autopsy report, and the autopsy pretty much confirms that he was popped several times, including at least once in the back. All right, so I'm going to read this from the Jasmine brand on Instagram, and then we're going to get into the TMZ article. All right, so the Jasmine brand is recording. According to the autopsy report obtained by TMZ, T Hood, real name Tevin Hood, passed after being popped more than once. The Gwinnett County Medical Examiner's Office confirms that he was struck in the abdomen, buttocks, lower right and left thigh areas, and at least once in the back. Now, you guys remember when his sister was posting on social media and she was saying that he was popped 7 times in the back? So, yeah, apparently, according to this autopsy report, that is not true. All right. The report also notes that T Hood drew his own weapon during a dispute with 2 others inside a Snellville, Georgia home, and one person opened fire in self-defense. So they have proof that the person who actually pulled the trigger, who popped T Hood, was acting in self-defense. As reported, this situation went down earlier this month and is alleged to have started over a domestic dispute incident between Hood and his girlfriend Kelcie, who happens to be the daughter of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta stars Rasheeda and Kirk Frost. She's the stepdaughter of Rasheeda. Okay, one of Kelcie's brothers was reportedly named as a key suspect. However, police are still investigating the claims of self-defense, and at this time, no charges have been filed. All right. So let's just get right into the article from TMZ. All right. So TMZ, their article reads, T Hood's life was taken in a brutal fashion, popped multiple times, at least once in the back. Okay. Now, according to a Gwinnett County medical examiner's report obtained by TMZ Hip Hop, the T Hood suffered a gunshot wound to the back, abdomen, buttocks, and lower right. All right, so we read that already, and this is the diagram of his wounds. If you can see it there, you want to pause and take a look. The report says that Hood pulled out a weapon during a heated argument with 2 other people inside his Georgia home. Now, is it his home? Because it's being stated that the home actually belonged to Kai. All right. But someone opened fire in self-defense, taking the rapper's life on August 8th. It's unclear in the report who the person who popped him is. Hood was rushed by ambulance to a hospital where he was pronounced deceased. At the time, he had been dating Love and Hip Hop Atlanta stars Kirk and Rasheeda's daughter Kelcie. Investigators were originally called to the scene on a report of a dispute between 2 people at the house in Snellville, Georgia. Police have identified Kai Frost, the son of Kirk and Rasheeda, as the prime suspect. Okay, no charges have been filed yet. Police are still investigating to determine whether the person who popped T Hood acted in self-defense, but the fact that Hood was popped in the back may complicate the scenario. All right, so those are some images that were posted by Kelcie's friend showing some injuries to Kelcie's face, allegedly done by T Hood. Okay. TMZ also obtained another police report from March 2025 where Kelcie called 911 and said T Hood had made off with her Benz and black Mac Mini following an argument after a night out at the club. Okay. Now, a lot of social media commentators right here on YouTube have pulled up police reports, have pulled up charges that were filed against T Hood. And it basically paints the picture of him being a menace to society, pretty much a terror, and putting his hands on people. He liked to get physical. There's videos circulating. I've showed video in my videos where he was putting his hands on Kelcie and not in a playful manner, in a very aggressive manner. Okay. So this is very interesting. This kind of debunks a lot of what the sister and the mother have been going around on social media reporting. They did an interview, I think it was last week, before the end of last week or so, and just some of the things that they were saying, there were inconsistencies. Then you have people who lived in the neighborhood jumping onto social media saying that the mother and the sister were lying. They knew what type of person T Hood was, so on and so forth. And the mother claimed that she was on the phone during the whole thing. Then she backtracked and said that she wasn't on the phone during the whole thing. They did know where he lived. They didn't know where he stayed. The sister posted that he got popped 7 times in the back. We see that that's not the case based on the not necessarily the case based on the autopsy report. Excuse me. Also, it has been reported that T Hood had a weapon himself. So what was he doing with that weapon? What was he going to do with that weapon? The investigation is still open. No arrests have been made. And again, I said this before in a previous video, them spoon feeding the public information, I think, is the smartest thing to do, because they're still trying to gather, information. They actually, by law, they don't have to report anything to the public and give updates. So it's like whatever comes out, you just got to take it as it comes. So this is just all bad. All of it is bad. All of it is a mess. Like I said before, no one is going to win in the end of all of this. A life has been lost, regardless if people think it's justified or not. It's still someone's son is deceased. I have noticed that the mother and the sister have stopped going around on social media and posting things, trying to defend T Hood. And I think that's the best thing for everyone to do. The mother and the sister, although they are grieving and they should be shown some grace, they were doing a number and it wasn't making their family look good whatsoever. Okay. So all in all, the autopsy report is out. Self-defense seems to be the motive of T Hood being popped. And if they can prove that it indeed was self-defense, I don't see any charges being brought against whoever it was that popped T Hood. What do I think? Now that more information is coming out, I do think that whoever it is that T Hood was arguing with, I think the issue was with them. I don't know if it was Kai or if it was the other brother. But I think that whoever popped T Hood and is claiming self-defense was defending themselves against T Hood, not necessarily taking up for Kelcie. I mean, that could have been a part of it, but it's being reported that he had a weapon in his hand. So if he had a weapon in his hand, he intended to use it, right? So the person on the other end had to defend themselves. In a lot of situations, if people get in a situation like this or similar, it's either you or them, right? So I don't know. We shall see. And there's also rumors circulating, or talks, I should say, circulating, that it might not have been Kai that was the one that popped him. It might have been the other brother. So a lot of speculation, but at least we know now how many times he was popped and in what areas he was popped in. So drop down in the comments and share your thoughts. I definitely want to hear your opinions and your thoughts on this. It's still an unfortunate situation for all parties involved. And unfortunately, sometimes, when you live a life like this, and you're a threat to others or seemingly a threat to others, someone is going to take that threat seriously and they're going to do what it is that they feel necessary to eliminate that threat. Okay. Again, it's an unfortunate situation, but it certainly isn't uncommon. All right. So I'm signing off, but I'll be back and I will talk to you later.